was trembling in pale blue fire, like it knew the shape of our desire. And every star above the street was learning how two hearts could meet. You came in like a whispered rumor through a cafe filled with smoke and glass. I was drowning in my own reflection, watching nothing ever last. You sat beside me like a question that I was too afraid to solve. But in your silence I heard oceans calling me to dissolve. We spoke in fragments, soft and broken, like we were careful not to fall. But every pause between your breathing was louder than it all. Oh, the night leaned closer, like it knew our names. And suddenly, nothing stayed the same. Glass Aurora, shining in your eyes. We built a fragile universe out of stolen time and lies. Glass Aurora, fading into dawn. Some love is just a moment that refuses to be gone. We walked through streets that had no endings, where every shadow felt alive. You told me love is not possession, but I still wanted to survive. Your jacket brushed against my fingers, like it almost wanted to stay. But every touch we tried to capture slowly slipped away. I memorized the way you laughed, like I could trap it in my chest. But memory is a jealous artist, it never lets you rest. Still I hear you breathing inside the rain, like a melody I can't explain. Glass Aurora, burning soft and low, a thousand shattered pieces of a love we couldn't hold. Glass Aurora, beautiful and thin. Some hearts are built for breaking before they can begin. If I could rewrite the moment we first met, would you still be the ghost I can't forget? Or was the beauty in the distance the only truth we get? And every time the city turns to blue, I swear I still reach out for you. Glass Aurora, one last fading light. You disappeared like morning, swallowed by the night. Glass Aurora, still alive in me. trembling in pale blue fire, like it knew the shape of our desire. Moonlight spills across the empty street, like it's searching for where we used to meet. The night remembers every breath we took, like pages torn from an unseen book. You arrive like a quiet revelation through the smoke of a closing bar. I was losing faith in conversation and who we really are. You didn't speak in grand illusions, just silence wrapped in fragile light. But somehow in your simple presence, everything felt right. We learned each other in small moments, and glances held too long to hide. And every time I tried to name it, you pulled me deeper inside. Oh, the world got softer around your name, like even pain forgot its claim. Lunar velvet silence between your heart and mine. We built a universe of feeling that refused to define. Lunar velvet silence, soft as falling rain. Some love exists in quiet, but echoes just the same. We walk through corridors of midnight, where every lamp was half awake. You told me love should never bind us, but I still fear the break. Your coat brushed softly in the winter, like it wanted to remain. But even warmth can turn to distance when nothing stays the same. I memorized your smallest The city held its breath when you walked in, like it already knew where we begin. Neon lights bent softly into your name, and nothing around me stayed the same. You were standing by the cigarette glow, like a secret I shouldn't know. Every step you took towards silence pulled me deeper into slow violence. I tried to act like I was steady, like your presence didn't shake my frame. But every time you looked right through me, I forgot my own name. We spoke in fragments, never whole truths, like we were scared of what they do. But every pause between your breathing was louder than the truth. Oh, the night kept folding around your skin, like you knew where we had been. Echoes said in confession, soft against the dark. We wrote a story without ending and tore it all apart. Echoes said in confession, whispered through the flame. Some love is never spoken, but it calls you just the same. We wandered through a fading skyline where the rain forgot to fall. You told me love should never hold you, but I still wanted it all. Your hand brushed mine like hesitation, like a promise you might regret. And I could feel the weight of futures we hadn't lost yet. I memorized the way you vanished, even while you stood so near. Like distance lived inside your body and pulled you from me here. Still your silence lingers in every sound, like something I never found. Echoes sad and confession, breaking in my chest. A beautiful misdirection that never let me rest. Echoes sad and confession, burning through the rain. Some love becomes the echo that always knows your If I could rewrite the moment we first touched, would we still feel like it was too much? Or was the beauty in the fracture the only thing we trust? And every time the city turns to gold, I feel your memory unfold. Echoes said in confession, one last fading line. You disappeared in silence, but you're still in every sigh. Echoes said in confession, soft but never gone. Some love doesn't end. like it already knew where we begin. The stars were shaking like they knew your name, and every light looked just the same as when you walked into my life, cutting through the quiet night. You stood beneath the broken marquee, where faded films still play in time. I was searching for a meaning between every crooked line. You didn't speak in grand illusions, just honesty wrapped in smoke. But every word you never gave me still felt like hope. We moved like we were half remembering a love we'd never lived before, and every step we took together unlocked a hidden door. Oh, the sky leaned closer, like it wanted to hear every secret we held near. Starlit regret sonata playing in my chest, a melody of almost love that never learned to rest. Starlit regret sonata, softest falling rain. Some hearts don't break loudly, they just remember pain. We wandered through the midnight stations, where every train forgot its way. You told me love is not possession, but I still begged you to stay. Your coat slipped through my fingers slowly, like a promise made of air, and I could feel the world collapsing every time you weren't there. I memorized your quiet laughter, like it might return one day. But memory is a jealous writer, it rewrites you away. Still your silence echoes in every sound, like something lost but never found. Starlit regret sonata fading into blue, 1,000 little fragments of a disappeared into the silence, but you still own my night. Starlit, regret, Sonata, never truly gone. Some love becomes a shadow that keeps moving on. The stars were shaking like they knew your name, and every light looked just the same. The night was breathing through the city glass, like it knew our moment wouldn't last. Ember lights were dripping slow on streets where only lost souls go. You stood beneath the flickering street lamp, like a memory not yet formed. I was chasing all my questions through a heart that stayed too warm. You didn't speak in absolutes, just half-truths wrapped in grace. But every silence that you gave me still lit up your face. We moved like parallel reflections, too close, too far to align. And every step we took together bent the edge of time. Oh, the world kept turning, but we stayed still, like two hearts refusing will. Amber nocturne promise burning in my veins, a fragile kind of forever that never feels the same. Amber nocturne promise, soft but full of ache. Some love is born in fire, just to learn it can break. We wandered through the empty arcades, where echoes learned our names. You said love should never hold you, but I still played the game. Your hand slipped through my hesitation, like smoke between my breath, and I could feel the future trembling inside every step. I memorized your disappearing like it was part of us, a masterpiece of fading slowly, etched into my heart. Still your absence lingers in every sound, like something lost but never found. Amber nocturne promise fading into rain, a thousand soft confessions that never ease the pain. Amber nocturne promise, like it knew our moment wouldn't last. The city shimmered like a broken dream, where nothing ever felt what it seemed. And in the light of flickering signs, I first lost track of your eyes. You stood beneath a static sunrise in a cafe made of smoking glass. I was drowning in the in-between of everything we let pass. You didn't speak in perfect sentences, just fragments soft and unsure. But every silence that you offered me still felt like something pure. We moved like two lost transmissions, crossing signals in the rain. And every step we took together rewired my veins. Oh, the night was humming with your frequency, like the world was tuning into me. Opal static reverie, crackling in my heart, a fragile kind of forever that fell apart. Opal static reverie, soft electric light. Some love is just a signal that fades into the night. We wandered through the empty stations where echoes learn to stay. You said love should never bind you, but I still begged you to remain. Your touch became a disappearing current running through my skin, and I could feel the distance growing where you had been. I memorized your fading outline like a signal in the storm, a beautiful distortion that never kept me warm. But still, your absence pulses through every sound, like something lost but never found. Opal static reverie, breaking in my chest, a symphony of almost love that never learned to rest. Opal static reverie, burning out of tune. Some hearts are just transmissions that never reach the room. If I could lock that moment in the air, would you still be standing there? Or was the beauty in the interference the only truth we share? And every time the neon starts to fade, I hear the choices that we made. Opal static reverie, one last fading city shimmered like a broken dream, where nothing ever felt what it seemed. The sky was stitched with trembling light, like it was trying to hold the night. And every star began to fall inside the silence of it all. You found me where the elevators paused, between the flows of lost intent. I was living off forgotten echoes of every love that never went. You didn't arrive like thunder breaking, just quiet steps across my mind. But somehow in your gentle presence, the world fell behind. You spoke in almost nothing's drifting, through glass reflections and neon lines. And every breath you didn't give me still rewrote my signs. Oh, the air was bending around your name, like even gravity felt your flame. Astral ribbon, goodbye, tied across my soul. We were never fully broken, just never fully whole. Astral ribbon, goodbye, burning soft and slow. Some love is just a moment that refuses to let go. We wandered through the rooftop silence, where the city forgot to breathe. You said love should never anchor, but I still begged you to believe. Your jacket slipped through my fingers like a thought I couldn't keep, and I could feel the future folding into something steep. I memorized your disappearing like a ritual I knew by heart, a beautiful unraveling of something torn apart. Still your absence lingers in every sound, Or was the beauty in the distance the only thing that felt right? And every time the wind begins to turn, I feel your memory quietly burn. Astral ribbon, goodbye. One last silver thread, you disappeared into the skyline, but still inside my head. Astral ribbon, goodbye, never truly ends. Some love becomes the starlight, that time just bends. The sky was stitched with trembling light, like it was trying to hold the night. The bar was glowing like a fading dream, where nothing ever felt as it seemed. And in the glass I saw your face, reflected in a softer place. You walked in like a quiet disaster, wrapped in perfume and midnight air. I was trying to forget the past, but it was waiting for me there. You didn't speak in grand confessions, just silence dressed in velvet tone. But every second you were near me, I no longer felt alone. We moved like two delayed reflections, caught between what was and now. And every glance you tried to hide still showed me how. Oh, the night kept breathing through your name, like nothing would stay the same. Crystal after hours, breaking in my chest, a fragile kind of magic that never lets me rest. Crystal after hours, soft but cutting through. Some love is born in silence, then learns to lose you. We wandered through the empty sidewalks, where street lights flicker out of phase. You said love should never hold you, but I still stayed in place. Your hand slipped through my hesitation like smoke I couldn't keep. And I could feel the city folding into something deep. I memorized your disappearing like it was part of me, a beautiful distortion of what we used to be. Still your echo lingers in every sound, like something lost but never found. Crystal after hours, glowing through the rain, 1,000 city turns to blue, I still reach out for you. Crystal after hours, one last neon flame. You vanished into silence, but still I call your name. Crystal after hours never truly ends. Some love becomes the darkness that softly bends. The bar was glowing like a fading dream, where nothing ever felt as it seemed. The moon was riding on the window glass, like it knew our moment wouldn't last. And every flicker of the city below was whispering what we already know. You found me in a quiet collision between my past and something new. I was drowning in indecision till I collided into you. You didn't speak in perfect answers, just half-formed truths and drifting light. But every silence that you gave me still felt like it might be right. We moved like two unstable signals, crossing wires in the dark. And every step we took together left a permanent spark. Oh, the night kept folding around your breath, like it wanted nothing left. Moonlit static diary written in my veins, a fragile kind of memory that never learns to change. Moonlit static diary, soft electric pain. Some love becomes a frequency that never breaks the chain. We wandered through the empty subways where echoes learned your name. You said love should never bind you, but I still felt the same. Your coat slipped through my hesitation like smoke that couldn't stay. And I could feel the whole world shifting every time you looked away. I memorized your disappearing like a song I couldn't stop, a beautiful distortion that never really dropped. Still your absence lingers in every sound, like something lost but never found. Moonlit static diary fading into blue, a thousand silent fragments still pulling me to you. Moonlit static diary burning in my mind. Some love is just a shadow still remember it all. Moonlit starry diary, one last trembling light. You disappeared into the silence, but you still own my night. Moonlit starry diary, never truly gone. Some love becomes the echo that keeps playing on. The moon was riding on the window glass, like it knew our moment wouldn't last. The city hummed in distant violet light, like it was holding on too tight. And every shadow on the street was learning how we couldn't meet. You arrived like a soft interference through the noise inside my mind. I was losing all my patience to things I couldn't define. You didn't speak in full confessions, just fragments wrapped in calm. But every pause between your breathing still felt like home. We moved like two misaligned echoes, passing through the same thin space. And every time we almost touched, we vanished without a trace. Oh, the night kept pulling at your name, like nothing here could stay the same. Velvet signal goodbye, fading through my skin. A fragile kind of connection that never could begin. Velvet signal goodbye, soft but breaking through. Some love is just a frequency that never reaches you. We wandered through the empty highways where streetlights blurred like tears. You said love should never bind you, but I still held my fears. Your touch became a distant echo that I could almost feel, and I could sense the world collapsing around what wasn't real. I memorized you disappearing like it was carved in sound, a beautiful distortion that never stayed around. And every time the static fills the sky, I still feel you passing by. Velvet signal, goodbye. One last fading wave. You disappear into silence, but still I misbehave. Velvet signal, goodbye. Never truly gone. Some love becomes the frequency that keeps playing on. The city hummed in distant violet light, like it was holding on too tight. The sky was trembling in Opaline light, like it knew we wouldn't make it right. And every street beneath the rain was whispering your name again. You arrived like a quiet distortion through the hum of a fading night. I was caught between two versions of wrong and what felt right. You didn't speak in final answers, just half-truths wrapped in glow. But every silence that you gave me still refused to let me go. We moved like two collapsing signals, crossing paths but never still. And every time we almost found it, we lost it against our will. Oh, the night kept bending around your tongue, like it never wanted to let me go alone. Opaline, goodbye frequency, breaking through my skin. A fragile kind of memory that never fades within. Opaline, goodbye frequency, soft electric pain. Some love becomes a signal that time can't refrain. We wandered through the empty stations where echoes learn to breathe. You said love should never bind you, but I still wouldn't leave. Your touch became a fading waveform that I could almost hear, and I could feel the world dissolving every time you near. I memorized your disappearing like a melody undone, a beautiful distortion that never fully runs. Still your absence lingers in every sound, like something lost but never standing there? Or was the beauty in the breaking the only truth we share? And every time the neon starts to fade, I feel the choices that we made. Oh, Opaline, goodbye frequency, one last fading wave. You disappeared in silence, but still I misbehave. Opaline, goodbye frequency, never truly gone. Some love becomes the echo that keeps playing on. The sky was trembling in Opaline light, like it knew we wouldn't make it right. The rain was singing through the neon signs, like it knew the shape of crossing lines. And every drop against the glass was tracing moments that couldn't last. You arrived like a soft transmission through the static of my mind. I was caught between decisions I didn't want to find. You didn't speak in final answers, just fragments wrapped in light. But every silence that you offered me still held me through the night. We moved like two delayed reflections on separate waves of time. And every step we took together was barely yours or mine. Oh, the city kept turning, but we stood still, like something fragile, bending will. Sapphire rain transmission, breaking through my veins. A fragile kind of signal that never breaks or fades. Sapphire rain transmission, soft but cutting through. Some love becomes a frequency that always leads to you. We wandered through the empty overpasses where echoes learned your name. You said love should never bind you, but I still felt the same. Your touch became a fading current that I could almost keep, and I could feel the world collapsing every time you'd speak. I memorized your disappearing like a song I couldn't close, a beautiful distortion that nobody else knows. Still your absence lingers in every sound, like something lost but never found. Sapphire rain transmission, falling into blue. 1,000 silent fragments still pulling me to you. Sapphire rain transmission, burning in my mind. Some love is just a shadow would we still carry all this pain? Or was the beauty in the breaking the only truth we gain? And every time the thunder calls your name, I feel the world repeat the same. Sapphire rain transmission, one last fading wave. You disappeared in silence, but still I misbehave. Sapphire rain transmission, never truly gone. Some love becomes the echo that keeps playing on. The rain was singing through the neon signs like it knew the shape of crossing lines. The rain was falling like it knew my name, softly rewriting every frame. And in the dark between the light, I saw the shape of our last night. You came in like a quiet fracture through the hum of broken glass. I was living in the aftermath of everything that couldn't last. You didn't speak in perfect answers, just silence wrapped in tone. But every pause between your breathing still made me feel at home. We moved like two displaced reflections across a thinning line of fate. And every step we took together arrived a moment late. Oh, the city kept turning, but we stood still, like something fading against will. Onyx rain, reverie, dripping through my veins, a fragile kind of memory that never clears away. Onyx rain, reverie, soft but cutting deep. Some love becomes the darkness that never lets you sleep. We wandered through the empty bridges where echoes learn to cry. You said love should never bind you, but I still wondered why. Your touch became a fading signal I almost understood, and I could feel the world collapsing where we once stood. I memorized your disappearing like a language left unread, a beautiful distortion still playing in my head. Still your absence lingers in every sound, like something lost but never found. Onyx rain, reverie, breaking through the night, a thousand quiet fragments still burning in the light. Onyx rain, reverie, fading into you. Some love is just a shadow that time cannot undo. If I could hold that storm inside my head, every frame. Breathing through cracked city glass, like it already knew we wouldn't last. And every flicker of the fading light was learning how to end the night. You arrived like a soft disruption through the static in my chest. I was drowning in assumptions of love that never rests. You didn't speak in final sentences, just fragments wrapped in tone. But every silence that you gave me still made me feel less alone. We moved like two lost transmissions, drifting through the same thin air. And every time we almost touched, we disappeared somewhere. The world kept turning, but we stood still, like something bending against will. Moonstone, static farewell, breaking in my veins, a fragile kind of memory that never fades or drains. Moonstone, static farewell, soft but burning through. Some love becomes a signal that always leads to you. We wandered through the empty underpasses where echoes learned your name. You said love should never bind you, but I still felt the same. Your touch became a fading waveform that I could almost hear, and I could feel the world collapsing every time you were near. I memorized you disappearing like a song I couldn't close, a beautiful distortion that nobody else knows. Still, your absence lingers in every sound, like something lost but never found. Moonstone, static farewell, falling into blue, 1,000 silent fragments still pulling me to you. Moonstone, static farewell, never really gone. Some love becomes the echo that keeps playing If I could freeze that moment in the rain, would we still carry all this pain? Or was the beauty in the breaking the only truth we gain? And every time the neon starts to fade, I feel the choices that we made. Moonstone, static farewell, one last fading wave. You disappeared in silence, but still I misbehave. Moonstone, through cracked city glass, like it already knew we wouldn't last. The sky was whispering your frequency, like it still remembered you and me. And every star above the town was slowly falling down. You arrived like a soft interference through the silence in my mind. I was lost in all my endings of every love I left behind. You didn't speak in perfect answers, just fragments wrapped in light. But every breath between your silence still rewrote my night. We moved like two collapsing signals across a fragile line of fate. And every step we took together arrived a moment late. Oh, the world kept fading, but we stayed, like something time could not persuade. Celestial echo nocturne, drifting through my veins, a fragile kind of memory that never breaks or wanes. Celestial echo nocturne, soft but burning blue. Some love becomes a signal that always leads to you. Skylines where echoes learn to cry. You said love should never bind you, but I still don't know why. Your touch became a fading waveform that I could almost feel, and I could sense the universe begin to break and heal. I memorized your disappearing like a language made of light, a beautiful distortion that haunts me every night. Still your absence lingers in every sound, like something lost but never found. Celestial echo nocturne, falling into time, a thousand silent fragments still pulsing in my mind. Celestial echo nocturne, never truly gone. Some love becomes the silence that keeps playing on. If I could hold that moment in the stars, would we still be who we are? Or was the beauty in the breaking the reason we went far? And every time the cosmos starts to fade, I feel the choices that we made. Celestial echo nocturne, one last fading wave. You disappeared in silence, but still I misbehave. Celestial echo nocturne, burning in my mind. Some see, like it still remembered you.